What's up, guys? XR Visions 1 here, bringing you episode 5 of League Play with Eddie. Yes, this is another 3 versus 4 situation, and unfortunately we don't actually win this one, but the reason why I uploaded it was because I wanted to kind of show that, I'm not some kind of monster at bringing back 3 versus 4 situations. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. I mean, it's extremely hard in 3 versus 4 situations because, you need that 4th player. And the reason actually why I uploaded this is because it was actually a good gameplay for myself. I actually went ham, and I was the person that really kept my team in this. That actually made sure that I was the reason why we only lost by 3 points. My other 2 teammates that I know well, they weren't really like doing as good as me. They were doing good, but they weren't like doing as good as they normally do. They were struggling a little bit, not playing to their full potential. But I was playing to my full potential, and I was the reason why I kept my team in it. But unfortunately, we ended up losing by 3 points, so it was a shame. But at the end of the game, they gave me the credit where it's due, and they respected me, and they admitted that if we had the 4th player, we would have ended up winning. So at least they recognised that, because if we had the 4th player, we would have won by miles. But it just shows how that 4th player, you take away that 4th player, and it's hard to win a game. Anyway, I'm getting into my topic now, and I'm going to be talking about GFINITY, the LAN event for MLG and all that. I swear, if you don't know what it is, if you know what League Play is, it's basically like that, like capture flag, hardpoint, S&D, but players that are professional and know what they're doing at it, and like teams like Optic, Impact, Complexity, and MV and all that. And I've watched it for a decent amount of time now. I watched MLG Anaheim, and I've kept up to date with Optic and all that, but I never really watched it that much. But this recently I've taken my time to actually watch the live streams, and I gotta say, like, I'm a huge fan of Optic. I watch their videos. I watch Scumpy and Nature's videos, but they keep seeming to like finishing 3rd all the time. Like, they need that, I don't know, that extra consistency coming in the last games when they play like the big teams like Complexity and etc. They just seem to like miss out and just can't win against them. But wouldn't be surprised if they eventually do win the championship if they just keep practicing. Because I don't know, I guess you could say because their YouTubes are so big, they gotta like stream every day and upload videos every day, so that kind of like affects their practice, if you know what I mean. So that could be a reason why. I mean, obviously they on Saturday they look completely fucked. I mean, they look jet lagged, and obviously in England you can be drink when you're 18 and all that, so I wouldn't be surprised if most of them went out on like when they got there on the night before the game started, had a good night out, so that could have probably affected them. And they're still jet lagged as well, so your mind actually ain't in the game there. But the team that I was actually impressed with was TCM. I mean, not a lot of people that watch it will probably heard of TCM, and they're EU and they're UK, I think. And they came in and they won their group, and their group had Impact in it, and they went ham. I mean, they didn't even lose a whole game in the group. They lost like 1 game in the map set, but that was the only one map they lost was against Impact, but they beat Impact 3-1, so it was alright. But the main game I was impressed with was when they played them on Yemen. I mean, what was that? I think it was TCM Monkey or something like that. He went ham. I mean, he dropped like 2 stealth choppers, and he ended up going like 40 kills to like 12 or something. So that was really incredible. And I watched all of it on Saturday, but on Sunday I didn't get to watch all of it. I ended up watching it around about 4 o'clock. And that's when, like, I actually called it to be a Complexity versus TCM final, because TCM were going big, and I thought, well, they've just beat Impact, so they have a chance. And so I was thinking they were going to win, and then I got on, and the first game I actually watched was when they played Ozone Giants, and I think it was the quarterfinal, and they were struggling. I think it was like 2-2, so it went to like the 5th game. So it wasn't really like impressive. Like I thought that they just got too cocky, or however they let the motivation get to their head or something. So they dropped it, but then they ended up winning, and then they came out against Optic, and it was a good battle. It was a good game. I think it was 2-2 again. I think TCM ended up winning on this in the meltdown, and then TCM were quite impressive, and then they got into the final and played Complexity, but you know, Complexity at the moment are too strong. They're at the moment they're doing good, and unless teams finally figure out to keep their main players on lock or figure out a strategy to beat them, then they're gonna keep dominating. And it's just be interesting to see who Envy picks up as well, because Envy used to be a good side, and Stainville left because I don't know why he left, but maybe felt he'd done all he could do at Envy, maybe wanted a fresh change or something. But he was getting a lot of hate in the live stream chats, and that's another thing I want to talk about. I mean, most fans, as I say fans, I'm putting my two fingers in the air, because they're hypocrites, you know. They're meant to support a team, but you see most of the people in the chats that are just like hating. Like, for example, majority of them were Optic fans, and then you see most of the people that are actually Optic supporters, but then as soon as one player does bad or makes a mistake, it's just straight away, you know, oh, drop Nature or drop Scumpy, and that's all I was seeing, and it just made me want to go mental, really, because I'm just like, you know, this is a pro LAN event full of players that know what they're doing, so there's no weaklings, there's no bad players, they're all extremely good, and you got people that are just like making judgments like they, you know, like they know what they're doing themselves. It's like, if you know what you're doing yourself, you'd be there yourself competing, but you're not. So let them do it. Let them do what they want, and if you're going to support them, then support them, but not just, you know, as soon as they lose a round or something, start jumping on their back. And it was just really annoying to see that. But yeah, you know, TCM ended up playing Complexity in the final, and I think Complexity won 3-1 or something. But at the start, TCM beat him on hardpoint. So, you know, I think it was raid. Yeah, it's funny enough, the raid, the map I'm playing. But yeah, it was hardpoint raid, and you know, they beat him at Complexity at hardpoint, and Complexity are pretty decent at hardpoint. They're decent at all the game modes because they have some good talented players, and most of them players can outslay any other players, really, think about it. And you know, it was shocking to see TCM just come in and beat him like that. So, you know, I was like, yeah, they could pull it off, but you know, Complexity just showed why they won MLG Anaheim, and why they are considered the best team in MLG at the moment, and they kept their head and ended up winning, and it was a good performance. But it was actually a good, enjoyable live stream, and it'll be interesting to see what happens in the next one. Anyway, the gameplay's coming to an end now, and as you can see, we're rushing for the hard point, and we get extremely unlucky. Maybe I made a few mistakes calling in my streaks, but yeah, we would have won it right here. But I don't know, there was two of them contesting it, and we just couldn't kill them. So yeah, it ended. But as you can see any minute now, when I load the scoreboard up, I went in, you know, the score compared from me to my teammates was incredible. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, rating and comment, and I will see you later. Bye.